side, we're looking at the Holystone HS100. This is a dual GPS drone, which means it will hold its position if you let go of the sticks, making this very easy to fly for beginners. The HS100 is equipped with a 720p camera, which you can tilt down 90 degrees. They call it a gimbal, but in no way does it stabilize the footage whatsoever. But you can view the footage directly from your smartphone via the Holystone app. Now the HS100 has some other smart features like headless mode, auto takeoff, auto land, auto return home, and follow me mode. In the box, it comes with everything you need to fly. You get 2 sets of propellers, propeller guards, the drone itself, specialized 7.4 volt 2500 milliamp battery. It only comes with 1 battery. Additional batteries for this, I believe, around $40. Fly time is like 10 to 13 minutes. Charge time for these batteries is a long time. I think it took like 3.5 hours for a 12-minute flight, so that's definitely a downfall. The charging cord's included, and you use that to charge both the drone and the transmitter. The transmitter has a built-in battery, so you just charge it via the cord. Here we have spare parts for like the landing gear, a small bag of hardware, and also the nuts and bolts you need to actually connect the props. I'm not sure why they didn't make screw-on props, because usually you can just screw them on, but in this case you actually need a screwdriver and a spacer, and then a flat washer, and then the cap itself. Now, if you're new to flying drones, make sure that you take note that the props are labeled A and B, and there's also an A and B on the drone itself, so you want to put the A's on the A's and the B's on the B's. Otherwise, your drone will not fly like it should. So on the back of the camera itself, you'll find the 8GB included SD card. This is where your photos and videos are going to be stored. When you're using the app, it will also record to your phone, but if there's any lag from the drone to your phone, you're going to see that on your phone files. So I always suggest, if you're going to use video, use it from the SD card. So before the first flight, you'll want to download the HS GPS Pro app, and this is what you will use to see the video from the camera and the statuses of your drone. Within the app, it actually shows your distance from you, your height, so that's nice that it does show those features of the drone. It will also tell you if you have a weak GPS signal or if your GPS signal is good, and it will also indicate when you are in the follow me mode. So there's a lot of information that helps with your phone. So on the transmitter, you have the power button in the middle, and just requires a short press to turn it on and a longer press to turn it off. Besides that, you have your auto takeoff, your auto land, and the auto takeoff, auto land also doubles as an emergency stop. So you just hold that for 2 seconds. If you get in a situation where you need to kill the propellers ASAP, hold that thing down, it will stop the propellers. So to the left of that, we got the return home button. If you're out flying, push this button, the drone will go up in the air a little bit and it will fly to where it took off and land. Now, this does not have obstacle avoidance. If there's buildings or trees or anything in the way, I don't suggest using auto return home. I'd only suggest using this if you're out in a field and there's no obstacles in the way. So on top of the transmitter, from left to right, you have the follow me mode. You press this, it will enter the follow me mode. Headless mode. In this case, you want to keep the drone pointed away from you when you enter this mode, and you cannot turn while using this mode, but this just allows beginners to fly even easier. And then you have take a picture and then take a video. Now when it's taking a video, it will continue to beep, so I guess that's okay if you're in question if it's taking video, but it can be kind of annoying. We also have a wheel up here, so you can tilt the camera down, and you have to hold the wheel for it to, and it's not too smooth, but it does the job. It will turn down, look down, and you can tilt it up and look up. And again, when you're tilting this thing, it's like beeping, and it's kind of annoying. but it still does tilt. Now, before every flight, you need to calibrate the GPS of the drone so that way it can line up correctly with its satellites. And you do have to do it. It's fairly simple. You just push the sticks up into the middle, so it's like at a 1 and 11 o'clock, and then you'll see all the lights on the drone start flashing. You want to spin it around, and you'll see the back lights, they'll stop flashing and they'll go solid. And then you want to point the camera up at the sky, spin it around again, and then you'll see the front lights stop flashing, and then it's calibrated, and then you can fly. Now you just need to do that, like say if you're at one park and then you go across town and fly at a different parking lot. When you flew to the when you drove to the second location, you would want to calibrate it. So every new location, make sure you calibrate the drone. And now we'll talk about the GPS. I have seen lots of drones that have GPS, and this one works okay. There's like a 3-foot range, I would say. And sometimes I do see that the GPS looks a little bit confused and it can start to drift. But other times I've flown it and it's been very windy, like crazy windy, and it will just hold right there in that, like, dead on. So I've seen better GPSs, but I've seen worse. Now, as for the Wi-Fi transmission, it is a lot better than most within this price range. You're not going to be able to fly like crazy far and be able to see a live feed, but at least it's not crashing, and you're actually getting that feed. So let's go ahead and move on to the follow me feature. Now, how follow me feature works is it goes off the GPS from your phone. So not from the transmitter, but from your phone. So if you were to put the transmitter down with your phone on it, walk away, it's not going to follow you. Now, there are some drones out there that will follow you via the camera. So the camera actually tracks you and that follows you that way. Otherwise, there's other ones out there where the GPS follows the transmitter. So I tried this out and I didn't have the best of luck. I'm using the iPhone 8 Plus, and it did kind of sort of follow me. The camera wasn't, I mean, I could line it up so it was pointed at me, but it just didn't respond very well. So that feature needs some improvement. So overall, I'd say the HS100 is a good drone for beginners. The GPS helps beginners learn to fly. You take your hands off the sticks, it will stay put. It is nice that the camera tilts down. You can look up and down. It'd be nice if it was an actual gimbal and stabilized it. The video footage is okay. Sometimes I noticed when I pointed at the sun, there'll be a black spot, so that could be improved. But like I said, overall, for the money and the size, the power, and the ability of the drone, it's pretty decent. So I'll put a link in the description. You can check it out, and thanks for watching.